What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have a 4-game NBA slate. So we have a little ugly slate here today that we'll be talking about here in a minute. We're going to talk about some money lines as well as some player props for this entire slate. Before we do any of that, we do have to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of VIP. So if you're new to the channel, I do this in every single video. If this video gets 250 likes, I will select a random comment from the comments to win a free month of our VIP. So drop a like. Leave a comment on this video. You do have to be subscribed to win. If you guys are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. So the winner from yesterday's video is going to be for Jonan Asaki, who said, "Appreciate all your work. Let's get it today." Well, I do appreciate you watching, man. I appreciate the kind words. Send me a message on Discord. I will get you added for that free month of VIP. And once again, thanks, man. Really do appreciate that. If you guys do want to see how we did yesterday on our VIP plays, right here's our bet tracker from the money lines for NBA. Now, let me give you guys a quick statement because I've had a couple of people ask in the comments, and I want this to be as transparent as possible. Me and my dad run this Discord together. My dad runs college basketball a lot of the times because I am not the college basketball guru that my dad is. So I just let him kind of keep up with all that, and I've been doing NBA money lines. I am not tracking every single pick that gets posted from every mod, every person in the Discord. That's not what this bet tracker is. This bet tracker is the personal picks that I personally play, and if I tell college basketball, I'll put those on here as well. I have not been playing much college basketball, which has actually been bad for me because my dad has been green probably 5 of the last 8 days on college basketball. So he's been doing very, very well for college, and it's actually hurt me more than it's helped me. But I'm going to give you guys an example. I played college basketball on the 29th of January, and before that, the last day that I played college basketball was the 25th. So these bets are majority NBA, and that's what I'm tracking. I'm tracking the picks that I post because I'm posting NBA. So I'm going to show you guys in the Discord, and you're going to see a ton of messages. I have to get through these messages. Just bear with me. But you can see here, I posted my 3 money lines yesterday for NBA. I had Knicks money line, Spurs money line, Nuggets money line. I told you guys how many units to play on it. I posted my slip on the plays that I ran. I ran Knicks for 250, Spurs for 250. That's my unit size, and then 125 on the Nuggets. 2 of those cashed. I posted my winnings here. The Knicks cashed, I won, and then the Spurs cashed, I won on that one. So that's what I tracked from yesterday because that's what I played. That's the only money lines that I played yesterday. Here they are: Spurs, Knicks, Nuggets. There it is, all tracked from yesterday. I profited $175 yesterday on our money lines. And let me go ahead and explain this because expect that bankroll management video as well as this Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to give you guys this calendar for free. Okay, it is going to be in the video this week. It will be posted this week. I'm going to give you guys my word right now. It will be this week, the bankroll management video. So keep an eye out on that one. It will be posted in the Discord as well. But you can see it shows total profit here. Now, I'm going to show you why, and this is, if you're not interested in this at all, just skip through the next couple of minutes because it's going to take me just a second to explain this. But you can see it sums up all of the cells. All of these cells, and you can see here, when I highlight these, it goes from the 5th to the 28th, and it's skipping these first 4 days. Why is it skipping those first 4 days? Because for the month of January, for me to tally this up, it started here. So this sum for January started here. So I had to change the sum for this month to only count these days, because if it counts the days that are blocked off, then what it does is it ends up messing up your total profit. Because if I go back to December, the profit, these all added together will not equal the same as the profit because these numbers are going to be different. So anyways, I have to do that for February. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to this sum, and what I will end up doing is I'll add in these cells. So the first, it'll be B1, C2, D3, E4. I'll add that in on here. And then I'll subtract these lines that it's counting that I don't have. And that's all I have to do. So I'm going to show that in the video whenever I do the bankroll video to show you guys how to change this if you want to track it. It does get tedious. But if you come over here to the bets where you actually type in your bets, it still sums up everything right here. This is the sum of all of the calendars combined. So for the last 2 months, I'm up $14,000, $13,898 to be exact. 63.35% hit rate on all the plays that I played. So been doing very well. I'm just giving you guys an example. Profited yesterday, $175. That's not even a full unit for me, so it was a low day. But I didn't play a whole lot either. I only played 3 money lines for a good reason. The slate to me was ugly. So that being said, here's our wins from player props. This is from the day before. We had Buzelis and Embiid that cashed. Had the Knicks money line, Spurs money line I just showed you. This is from the day before as well. We hit our 4-pick Flex Friday that went through the weekend. That cashed. We had Markkanen, Cunningham, and Doncic from last night, which cashed us out. We had SGA, Shaden Sharp, and Adebayo right here for 100 for 235. SGA with LeBron, 75 for 150. And then we had this little free pick for Carlos Alcaraz with Luka Doncic, and that cashed us 150 for 315. So yesterday was a decent day. Parlay play, once again, missed the 2 free picks. One of them was a refund, one of them missed. The free picks I have been very bad on lately. I do apologize for that. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to give you the slips to cash. Parlay play is they're just not falling. My slips are just not falling on Parlay play. Parlay play is the only app that I'm struggling on right now. But that being said, if you guys do want to join our Discord, the Discord's free. You guys know how it works. You just click the Discord link and you join and you're in there. If you want to get every single bet that I'm playing, every bet that was tracked through the last 2 months, you can sign up for our VIP access. It's only $10 a week or $25 per month. If you sign up, use code NBA, and you can get 20% off. We would love to have you guys a part of the community. The more faces in there, the better. Obviously, if you need help getting anything set up, please let me know. The way this works, if you join our WAP, the picks are not posted on WAP. They're posted in Discord. There has been a lot of people get confused by that. I'm not posting picks on WAP. I tried posting some plays on WAP for a little bit, and I just didn't like it, so I continued just posting in the Discord. So you're going to see some picks on WAP from like 7 months ago. The plays are not on WAP. You have to connect your Discord account to your WAP account. It's very simple. You just go to your settings and hit connect, and you're there. And all the plays will be in Discord. Just throwing it out there. So, anyways, that's there if you want to. Let's go ahead and talk about these games for today. So, the first game on the slate that we have is going to be the Pelicans taking on the Hornets. This one's going to be in Charlotte. Charlotte is minus 234 favorites at home, a 6.5 spread, 231.5 total. Right now, 70+% of the money is going to be on the Hornets. Now, let's talk about the Hornets because I live very close to Charlotte and I live very close to the Hawks. The team for basketball that I pull for in terms of those two teams is I pull for the Hornets. I go to a Hornets game every single year. I love going to watching the Hornets play. They've not been that good, obviously, and it's hard to want to go to a bunch of games or whatever, but I do go to the Hornets game and I support the team. I'm a Lakers fan at heart, but I do like the Hornets. The Hornets is probably my secondary team. But anyways, pull for the Hornets. The Hornets have won 6 games in a row. And I was always telling you that backstory about the Hornets because I don't want people to think I'm a hater on Charlotte teams because I'm not. The Hornets are a decent team. They're a young team, and they have a lot of potential talent. They've won 6 games in a row. This team just beat the Spurs. And let me tell you something. I don't think they beat the Spurs consistently. I think 3 out of 4 games the Spurs beat the Hornets. I think they got lucky. I'm not lucky. They just outplayed them. I'm not going to say get lucky. That was stupid of me to say. I don't condone what I just said. But I think that they played better that day and that it wouldn't happen majority of times. I do think this team is due for a loss. 7 of the last 8 games they've won. They beat some decent teams. They beat Philly. They beat the Spurs. They beat Dallas in Dallas, which is pretty decent to do. They beat the Magic in Orlando, which is hard to do. Then they beat the Nuggets in Denver. So they've been playing very, very good basketball. Now, the Pelicans have been playing well as of lately too. So they've won 3 of their last 5. They beat Memphis, they beat the Spurs, and they beat Memphis again. So they lost to OKC and they lost to Philly, but these games they kept semi-close for the Pelicans, a 9-point game and a 10-point game. For a Pelicans team, they haven't been that bad. They have a lot of talent and a lot of potential as well. I don't think this team is bad. Trey Murphy can pop off. Sadiq Bey's been playing crazy good. Zion is Zion, and then Derek Queen's been playing very good away. And I can't diss on Herbert Jones. He's been playing decent too. So this team's been playing okay. Can they beat Charlotte? 100%. This team can take down Charlotte and give them the first L. And giving you guys a little bit of some sauce for when you're making bets on money lines, because money lines, I've been killing it. And sometimes you have to go against your gut. Now, you see the Hornets, and 70% of the people seen the Hornets, 6-game win streak, just beat the Spurs. This team's unstoppable. They're going to make the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. I've heard a lot of things. 6 games from 500. Like, they're going to be over 500 soon, and they're just going to keep winning. They're going to lose, too. And this Pelicans team at plus 223 odds, sometimes you just have to play with the odds, whether you lose or not. Just like the Nuggets last night. The Nuggets were at home. They can beat OKC. The Nuggets are a very good team, especially in Denver. OKC's been struggling. The Nuggets were plus 200 underdogs. I took a half a unit on the Nuggets for that reason. Did I think the Nuggets were going to win? I honestly, deep down, thought OKC would win. I'm pretty sure I said that in the video. So I was thinking OKC would win, but it was close enough to a coin flip where I was like, for plus 200 odds, you have to risk a little bit on the Nuggets. And the same thing goes here, in my opinion, for the Pelicans. There is a lot of money on the Pelicans. On the Hornets, A lot of money on the Hornets. The Hornets have won 6 straight games. Everybody thinks they're untouchable, or everybody that I talk to think they're untouchable. And I honestly think that the Pelicans could beat them today. So I will be running at least half a unit on the Pelicans at plus 223. Like, the odds there are too good. They're 245 actually if you play it on Kalshi. Very, very good value there. So I think the Pelicans can win here. I think overall Charlotte's definitely been playing better basketball, but I don't think their starting 5 is any better than the Pelicans. I'm going to be honest. So I think the Pelicans can win this game. I think the Pelicans at plus 245 is just a play that it's very, very hard for me to fade. And you will see me play them. If you prefer to play the Pelicans plus 6.5, I don't necessarily like that line, but I do. If I think they win, obviously, then I think they can cover 6.5 points. So if you want to play that, go for it. I'm just going to take their money line at plus 245. That's what you're going to see. So give me the Pelicans today. I think the Hornets are due for a loss, as much as I do like the Hornets team. Next game on the slate is going to be the Rockets taking on the Pacers. This one's going to be in Indiana. The Pacers are plus 223 underdogs at home, 6.5 spread, and 219.5 total. Very low-scoring game. 70% of the money is going to be on the Rockets' money line, with 67% going to be on the Rockets covering 6.5-point spread. Now, looking at these two teams, the Rockets are the Rockets, one of the best teams in the league, 64% hit rate, or a win rate. They've won 50% of their games on the road, so they've been a much stronger. They have like an 80% win rate at home. Much stronger team at home than they are on the road. And they're missing Kevin Durant today. So one of their lead scorers is gone. Steven Adams is out for the rest of the season, and Fred VanVleet is obviously out. So right now, KD is the big injury we need to look at right now. They've won, 7 of their last 9 games, so they've been looking crazy strong. The Pacers have actually looked better lately, too. They've won 3 of their last 4. They beat the Hawks, they beat the Bulls, and they beat OKC in OKC. So this Pacers team is actually finding a little bit of a stride in themselves, which is good. At home, the Pacers have won more games than they have on the road. They've been a much better home team. They've won 5 of their last 6 games at home, beating Miami, Boston, kind of keeping it close with the Raptors, beating the Pelicans, beating Chicago, and beating Atlanta. So at home, this Pacers team hasn't been bad. Can they beat Houston? Yeah, I think without KD, they can. At plus 223, you're getting decent value there. Realistically, even without KD, this Houston team is a better team in my opinion, and they probably win most games versus the Pacers. But if you want to take a chance on the Pacers, you can. I don't think that I'm going to put my money on the Pacers. I prefer the Pelicans, and that could bite me in the butt because the Pacers could win and the Pelicans could lose. So I'm not saying do what I say. I'm just saying, like, I personally lean the Rockets to win, but I do think this game does stay very competitive and it can go either way. I'm looking at Nembhard in this game. I'm looking at Pascal. On the Houston side of things, I'm kind of looking at Sengun, but I'm not 100% who I want to take on the Rocket side of things. Mainly, I'm looking at Nembhard and I'm looking at Siakam on this Pacers side of things in terms of player props. But give me Houston. I think the Rockets win this game, but I do think this stays very competitive. And if you want to play the Pacers for plus 223, you might as well take them. Next game is going to be Timberwolves taking on the Grizzlies in Memphis. Memphis plus 260 underdogs, 7.5-point spread, 229.5 total. Another decently, or probably a mid-paced game. 90% of the money on the Timberwolves, 80% of the money on them covering the spread. Let's talk about the Timberwolves because they have a questionable Ant-Man and Julius Randle. Their 2 best players are questionable. So if they sit, then this might be a spot for the Grizzlies at plus 257. The Timberwolves have won 4 in a row. Now let's talk about who they've lost to. They have lost some games with their starters that they shouldn't have. They lost to the Jazz. They've lost to the Bulls. They've lost to a lot of teams that are decent. Like the Nets beat them, the Grizzlies beat them earlier. So you know what I'm saying? They're not an unstoppable team, and that's with all their starters. You take away their 2 best players, and this team could definitely get beat. Now, when you look at Memphis, they're missing Aldama. As of right now, this could change later, so we're going to have to keep an eye out on these injury newses, or on the injury news. Did I say newses? On the injury news. But you got Aldama missing. Brandon Clark, as of right now, is out. Zach Edey's missing. Jaren Jackson, questionable. He just missed their last game. Concar is out. Ja Morant is out. And then Scottie Pippen is out as well. So they're missing a lot of their players. We need Jaren Jackson to play. If Jaren Jackson plays, Randall and Ant-Man sit, then I'm looking at potentially taking Memphis money line. Whereas if either Ant-Man or Randall play, I still like Minnesota to win. If they both sit, then potentially Grizzlies. You're not going to see me put my money on the Grizzlies if either one of those players play because Randall or Ant-Man could easily carry this team to victory, especially when they're missing so many key players on this Memphis team. So that's all I'm going to say. But do keep an eye out for injury news. You really need the injury news to be able to bet on this game. Next game on the slate, and the last one is going to be the Clippers taking on the Sixers. You have the Clippers minus 117 favorites at home versus Philly. 2.5-point spread with a 220.5 total. Right now, 76% of the money is going to be on Sixers money line with 52% on Sixers covering the 2.5-point spread. When you look at these two teams, the Sixers are on a back-to-back. They just played versus Phoenix in Phoenix, and they actually won that game in pretty dominant fashion. So right now, for the Clippers, James Harden is questionable. He sat last night for personal reasons. If Harden misses, give me the Clippers or give me the Sixers all day. That's what I'm saying. Kawhi Leonard has been the freaking bread and butter of this team as of lately. He has carried them to victory. He's been looking very, very good. Kawhi is playing. Bradley Beal obviously is out. Derrick Jones is out. Ty Washington is still out. But James Harden is the big piece here that I'm looking at. If Harden sits, like I said, I'm going to be taking Philly money line just because the Clippers are on a back-to-back. If they get down 10 points at the end of the third, their starters will get pulled. Their coaching is absolutely horrendous in my opinion. So you do have to keep an eye out on that as well. Looking at Philly, Embiid is probable. Paul George is obviously on suspension for drugs. I don't know what type of drugs he was taking. I don't know if it was performance enhancing or if it was just like illegal usage. But anyways, Paul George is suspended for 25 games, so we're not going to be seeing him for a while. But right now, Embiid's playing. You got Maxey. You got the two best players. Embiid probably pops off this game. Maxey can pop off at any point in time as well. As of lately, Maxey's been very hard to read. He's had some really bad games and a couple of really good games. So keep an eye out on Harden on this one. If Harden sits, give me the Sixers. If Harden plays, I don't know where I lean on this game. So that's all I'm going to say. But I do think this is going to be a competitive game, and it's going to be pretty decent for props. But that's what I have for the games. Let's go ahead and pick our winners. So I had Pelicans, taking the Pelicans, Rockets, wait for injury news, and then wait for injury news, potentially Sixers. So that's what I'm looking at in terms of money lines for today. I know there's only 4 games. It's a small slate. You just got to take what you can get on here. So that being said, before we jump into our player props, I want to say if you guys do want a free month of our VIP, you can sign up for any partnered app down in the description. There's 7 apps. Each app gives you a free month, so you can get up to 7 full months for free. The one I still recommend, and I totally need to get rid of that. Okay, so anyways, I was about to show you guys one of the slips early, but anyways, Parlay Play will give you $5 for free if you sign up using code FANTASYACES. You will get a deposit match up to $100. So if you put $100 in, they will double it and give you $200 to play with, and you get free VIP. So that's still, even though I have sucked on Parlay Play for the last month, I really have. It has been I've had good days, but it's been a bad month overall for me in terms of Parlay Play in general. But the tide always turns. Parlay Play has been one of my better apps over the last year and a half or so. So I'm not upset that I lost a little bit. It is what it is. I'll still weigh up for the month in terms of everything. So it is what it is. But Parlay Play is there if you want to sign up for it. I know a lot of people don't have it. If you want to try it out, it's down in the description. And you can do that for any of our partnered apps. Just let me know, and I'll get you added for the free month. First pick of the day I want to talk about. This one's going to be for Saddiq Bey. I'm taking the Pelicans. Saddiq Bey over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, this is a line that's going to be kind of sweaty. Saddiq Bey has been playing extremely good ball, man. Look at his last 5 or so games. Now, I'm not a last 5 warrior. Last 6 games, he's had almost 40 PRA per game. 43, 32, 34, 38, 44, 25. Look at him on the season. He still cashed this line 55%. When you look at his last 20 games, he has a 60% hit rate. He's averaging 27.5 PRA. Now, look at his field goal attempts. The dude is averaging almost 20 field goal attempts per game over his last 6 games. 20, 15, 16, 19, 19. Around 17 or 18 field goal attempts per game over his last 5. He's putting up big shot volume, and he's shooting well. This guy has got a lot of confidence. They've been playing good. They've been winning games. I don't expect this to change. I don't expect this shot volume to change when they're having success doing what they're doing, because they have a lot of mouths to feed. This lineup has a lot of people that can score. Anybody in the starting 5 can pop off in any game. Trey Murphy can shoot 20 shots per game. Zion can. Derek Queen can have his game. So you have to look at this team and look at how they're playing and realize that they finally found some success. Maybe they continue going to what works. And maybe they won't. Maybe they just pull some BS today, get blown out by Charlotte, and make me look stupid. But it could definitely happen. But anyways, I'm going with our man Saddiq Bey, 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to ride with the wagon. He's been killing it lately. Head-to-head, he had 21 PRA his last game versus the Hornets. He has 17 points, 4 rebounds. He only put up 9 field goal attempts. He's doubling that lately and still almost cashed this line. So give me Saddiq Bey. I like this play a lot. It's almost a normal payout, too, over here on Parlay Play. So at 24.5, you're getting 1.72x. If you want to take him for 26, you can. I'm not going to risk getting hooked. I'm just going to play the 1.72x. It's good value, and take it right there. So give me, and pause. let's continue. Anyways, Sadiq Bey for a 1.72x for 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Who am I pairing him with? I'm going to pair him with Pascal. I'm going to take Siakam. He's going to be the lead scorer over for the Indiana Pacers versus a game that they could potentially win with no KD. I think this stays competitive. He's cashed it in 9 straight games. 9 of his last 10. He's cashed it 85% of games on the season. Dude's averaging 24 points per game, 18 field goal attempts per game. 18 points is not that many. Head-to-head, he's cashed it all 3 games versus Houston, and I expect him to continue that scoring trend going into today. So give me Siakam. Not much more to say here. I do like Nembhard for 12.5 points. If you'd rather play him over Siakam, it's the same payout. So if you prefer Nembhard for 13, you could take him. But I'm about to play Nembhard on the next slip. So if you want to swap them around, feel free to do so. But I like this slip a lot. It's a 1.93x. 250 is going to win us 482. Let's lock it in. So I'm going to come over here to track picks. I'm going to refresh to show you guys it is legit. And you guys can see we have Sadiq Bey with Pascal Siakam, 250 to win 482. Let's lock it in. The next pick on the slate that I'm going to be going with, like I said, I got Nembhard. So I'm going to take Nembhard for 12.5 points on here. This one's going to be a 3-man slip, which I accidentally showed you guys here a minute ago. But 12.5 points. He's cashed 8 of his last 10, 79% on the season. Head-to-head, he's missed it both games versus Houston. But this season or lately, he's been playing very good. So just dropped 26 points versus Atlanta. He's putting up around 14 field goal attempts per game. When you're shooting 14 shots per game, 13 points is not that hard, especially when 6 of them are threes. He just dropped almost double-digit threes versus Atlanta. He's averaging 14 field goal attempts per game on the season. Some games he's getting close to 20. So he's been playing good. I'm expecting him and Siakam are the 2 I'm really looking at on the Pacers side of things. Either one of them could pop off. They both should cash these lines. 12.5 points I'm okay with taking. So pull up Nembhard, 12.5 points. I also paired him with Trey Murphy. So the other player I was going to take, Trey Murphy for 16. 16 points is low. I'll pull up these in a minute. And then the last play that I was going to take is Embiid for 25 points. Embiid, I'm running with the Embiid train. He's been killing it. This gives us a 1.85x. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lock it in here in just a second. So we got Nembhard. We have Trey Murphy. And right here you can see 15.5 points. We'll pull Trey Murphy up really quickly. 15.5. Right here, he's catched 8 of his last 10. He's catched at 79% on the season. We know how Trey Murphy is. He's been putting up big numbers. I will say I played Trey Murphy in both these games where he went under. So it's been tough for me to want to take Trey Murphy again, especially if I think he was on the free picks both those games as well. So I'm giving Trey Murphy one more shot in the free picks. If Trey Murphy chalks us today, he will not be on the free picks again unless they're missing a lot of players. So I'll just confirm that right now. But he's averaging 19 field goal attempts per game. He shot 18% and 14% these 2 games. The only reason he went under. He shot so horribly. Other than that, he's been playing good. 20 field goal attempts for 16 points. That's a lot of shots for only 16 points, especially when he's putting up double-digit three-point attempts. So that right there is a no-brainer in terms of risking it. He's putting up that volume. You're just getting unlucky that he was missing his shots in the 2 times we took him. Then the last pick, Embiid. Not much needs to be said about Embiid. He dropped like 40 points his last game. The dude has been the lead scorer on the Sixers. 24.5, he's cashed 8 of his last 10 and 61% on the season. Look at his last 10 games. Look at this. Averaging 31 points per game, 40, 37, 29, 38. He's putting up big numbers. He had 27 field goal attempts his last game. He's putting up over 20 shots per game. I mean, it's Embiid, man. They're going against the Clippers. The Clippers don't give up many points to very many positions. Small forward and center is where they give up the most points. I don't think Zubac is going to play too good of defense versus Embiid. I think Embiid's going to be able to score. Not many people can stop him when he's healthy. He just struggles to stay healthy. But give me Joel Embiid for 24.5 points. We're going to lock this in for $250. 250, 1.787x right here. It's locked in. So those are our 2 slips for today. Sadiq Bey with Siakam, Murphy, Nembhard, and Embiid right here locked in for another double up. So lock them in if you like them, guys. Fade them if you don't. That's what I've got for today. If you guys need any help with anything, make sure you guys just let me know in the Discord, and I can help you out in any way that I can. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you cash every slip, and I'll see y'all in the next video.